we have here, this is a pending order I'm just setting up to look at. This trend, actually let's cancel it, but basically this lower, the last lower high was broken. So here's my line. The 3 moving averages broken. So it's on a run for sure. What I'll do now is chase it up with the fib tool. Just see where we, if it reverses there, that puts the last lower high that was broken at the 382. And so, if we're above the 50, Again, back to my hourly, this is signs of possible reversal. We're in a demand zone, all these wicks. So I'm tempted to put in a trade here. My stop loss, I like to keep it tight, but I could lose, this is the thing I'm not completely clear on. I think when this play really moves out, it never breaks back down below these. So I'm going to try it. Pending order with a buy right here in this zone and a tight stop below this big candle that broke out. Now, another place to put the stop would be below this zone. The last lower high or the last lower low. Certainly a way to play it, but this is really let's go with slightly smaller size. Just getting my feet wet here. And that would be the 382 stop down here below this candle that broke both of them. All right. The order is placed. And wick off the 618. Strong wick. Real strong wick. This is a nice bullish candle here. 10 seconds till closing. Above the 3 moving averages. See if we can push up above this. That's key. Definitely need to move above this. You know, we now have a higher low. We need a higher high. Kind of some indecision there. Going back to test here. Whatever happens, this is good for me. Pushing it. Pushing it. It's still in play. Still in play. Testing this zone again. There's definitely some volume coming in. You know, you can back test and look back here and be like, you know, depending on where the market goes, oh yeah, I should have bought in there. But when you're actually sitting here and in it, and your stop loss is right there, you know, I could take profit and get my account back to break even. But this is really my setup, so I think I'm going to try to ride it. We break this, and move the stop loss up. You know, come on, baby, you can push through there. I still like it on the hourly. It's right in the demand zone. Just long downtrend. Of course, you go sideways for a while as well. This is really good for me. Got to trust myself. Trust in my strategy. It's not always going to be right, you know. You can definitely mess it up. I mean, it can play against you. But if I do this, every time I see it, play it well, then the times it goes against me should be okay. So now we're pushing up here. Broke that. Not a convincing break, but a break nonetheless. I got to take profit in this kind of chop zone. That's I'll watch it, and if we get up there, I'll probably take some off the table a little bit early. But to really win at this game, you need to be able to hold your winners, cut your losers, which is not so bad, I think. Hold your winners, and I think really the pros will add to their winners. If this becomes a winner, you might get a place to add here. A retest of the moving out of the 50. So we're getting kind of caught up here. This resistance may be support here now. It's all about being patient. I saw me do those dumb little trades. You get bored, I guess. You get bored. Okay, so we're getting some overhead resistance here. Sellers pushing. Depends on the momentum of buyers that have pushed it. We're into a zone here where there was resistance. We're above the moving averages now, though. We broke that line, tested it. It's still on my side. The market will do what it wants to do. Can't forget that. Am I tempted to close here and be above? Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. I could close some. But I also feel like you need to push it to make it. This is the 236. This is the 236. I'm sitting in my play. Do I panic and sell? Get some profit off the table, break even. Let's fucking go for it. Bounce off the 236. Now we have, made a higher high. So this would be a higher low. If I had big balls, I'd buy another spot there, but nah. That's not going crazy. If we really break out of here and I might start thinking, move my stop. In reality, at this point, I think moving the stop is fine. Like if we really break back down here, I'm kind of, I could wick down. I could, but I think pretty soon, if it gets back to uh, where I entered, plays over. Plays over. So I could do stop loss to break even. I'm going to do it. No, this button doesn't work. All right, let's just drag it up. Break even. Now, partial trade take profit. Or can I? Those aren't working. Are you joking? Okay, well, I'll just have to close it. Looking good though. Here we are. Hit that support, bounced off it, higher low, higher high, higher low. We're going now. We're going now. I could bring my stop loss to somewhere in here. So either way, I'm in profit. Either way, I'm in profit. This is a zone where we might get some resistance. I'm gonna watch that for sure. Let's draw the line. Okay. Yeah, bust through it and make that a support. I'll be quite bullish for sure. On the 1 hour, we are 15 minutes in the hour and candles engulfing so far. Okay, we're at this as possible supply zone. Let's see if buyers are going to push through it. Looks like it. Not too bad. It's good. It's good for me pushing it. Another area we might run into resistance would be this area. Could see a rejection bounce in there. I think at this point I can move my stop up to some kind of profit. We'll go halfway on here. Yeah, it's going to get us nice. Either way on this trade, my account's break even. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go. This is my play. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've training myself to do, is that lower, the lowest high break and retest, RSI above the 50, breaking all the moving averages, you know. So there's the retest, double retest. This was crazy, that wick. Just luckily I had my stop loss way down here, because I usually would probably put it just under. That's right, I put it under the candle that breaks the 9 and the 21. So I was right where I would be. Okay, now we're seeing some rejection on that. Let's bring that fib up and see where we are. So that would be off. Oh no, not that high. So if we came back to the 236, it would be off the 21. also this area, which is a natural retest area. See if I have the balls to open up another position. Sitting at $190 profit. That's very good. So this is that zone. Could be resistance here, where the buyers came up and sellers pushed it down, but we have broken it. So let's see if we stay up there. Could come back down to the 236, which is also resistance, possibly support zone. $382 support zone. What's happening here? Could flag, we might get a little flag. These are peaks, but price definitely can flag. Should look something like this. Flag all the way up to the 236, which could be a bounce off the 50. It feels more fun when the price is going on that side. If you're going along. That could be it. Flag, small flag. It's all a tug of war between buyers and sellers. As long as there's buyers willing to buy up here, we'll push the price until there's no more buyers willing to buy. And then the sellers really start chasing the buyers down. So far, buyers are in control. I'm on the buy side, the long side. Actually, I think I did go short here, and that, I think, give myself credit. I'm good at cutting, I think. This bounced off the 50 and with a lot of volume start coming down, but because it didn't just drive down hard, a lot of indecision. Also because I feel like on the higher time frames we're in a demand zone. I cut it. I cut it right before it did this, and then I'm like, okay, now we're in my play. Let's play it. So it was a silly trade, but I don't think I lost a lot. Last week, I think I saw the setup and I hesitated and missed it. And so the fact that I took this trade is huge. Pat myself on the back. Let's go. I was kind of down on myself for it. Why didn't I take the trade? No fear, just go. I was a little fearful on this one, and I cut my risk in half. But maybe it's smart, too. Maybe it's smart. Okay, so we looks like we broke this resistant point. And our next one is here, which we'll see what happens. Push against it. Definitely could have a retest. But looks like buyers are strong right now. This is that zone. If you drag this out here, you can see is also was a support zone where buyers pushed it. So if we break it, could also find more buyers there. We'll see. $223 profit. So we'll see what happens. Still a healthy uptrend. Look, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You know, if we start seeing a weaker higher high, something like this, could be a sign to get out. I mean, also can flag, so I got to remember that. We could flag down to here and then bounce. Either way, today is a win. I cut losses quickly. I entered on my strategy. I set my stop loss well below the candle that breaks the 21 and the 9. I didn't get that wick. I held through these movements. Days like this where you really feel like you can do it. Well, in all honesty, I really feel like I can. Okay, here you can see this is a bounce support area. That's the line where the price is. So, you know, there may be resistance there, a little resistance. It's not one of these big zones, which it's busted right through. I think now I can move my stop loss again. You know, if we break this last lower high, it's a good chance we could be coming into a downtrend. You know, if I leave it, let's say we break down, come back to test that, I would rather get out there than move this up and it zips down and then goes up. You know what I mean? So I might just leave it. This is like emergency get out. And so we might come back here to this zone. This is not surprising. Let's see where we are with the fib retracement. Bring it up to our high. we could come back here even to the 236 area at the 9. Higher high, higher low, higher high, still a higher low. We'd have to change this trend. What would have to come down to here, and it might bounce. So we would still be like probably take profits in a good spot. My stop loss is there just in case the market goes. Yes, I would be disappointed, but I followed my rules. I stuck with my plan. If you want to win, you need to be able to ride these up. So this would be a retest, a nice retest if we get a little bounce off here. Getting better. Patient. This setup, you find this 2 or 3 times a week, really, probably more, to be honest. It's not that uncommon. And if I didn't waste time down here, I would be way better off on my P&L. Waste money, I should say. Usually buyers want to push it any higher. Now, clocking a trade like this is really important. And then next time this plays out and I get in on this retest and then it collapses, maybe I lose. This was risk was 75, so let's say $75. You need to get more. You need to let your winners run to cover the cost, the business expense of when the pattern doesn't play out. And not this is like going out for coffee. Your business, you're just blowing money, all these dumb trades I was doing, which is a good way to look at it. Keep your capital, the liquid capital, available for when your play doesn't work. Don't waste it going out for lunch every day with your mates. Wonder if that makes any sense. All right, so can we push? Can the buyers break through? Let's go. So that was classic retest of this area, and looks like it's going to push through. What kind of resistance? So this was a support zone. Could be also resistance now. I mean, eventually this will find a top. There's no way that it doesn't. So trying to be aware of where that may be is important. So right now, price is, you can see that's right at that support zone, which was around here, a resistance zone. So could be another resistance. That wick could be our top. On the hourly, it looks bullish, definitely. We're in a, let's take it on the screen. Here we are on this downtrend, sellers losing steam, lots of wicks, and then boom, big engulfing candle. We still have half an hour on the hour, so who knows where that's going to close. Who knows? If this range sideways and that closed completely green like that, I would say very strong case for the bulls. All right. Now I don't want to be greedy. And this is definitely, we're definitely going to come into an area here. There was a lot of, this was support, right where we're at, which broke down. So it could become resistance, This is the high side of this area. Yes, I want it to go that high, but will it? Hard to say, So that's pretty strong rejection indeed. Back to this area, which was resistance. And see if we get support. That's the 9 period moving average. This is our lowest high. Sorry, highest low. So if we break below that, you could call that actually it. So let's see what happens off here. It's definitely some sell side there. See if we bounce off this 9 with some momentum. It's kind of in 236, that resistance 236. So could come here and bounce off the 236. Might get our flag here. I think there's a very strong possibility. Let's try another one. Strong possibility of flagging out here, especially because of the zone that we're in, where there was a lot of this was support. So it could be looking at resistance. 236. Tap the 236. 10 seconds. Could be a support zone now. There's that zone. Could that be support? That's a steep retracement. That's not more indicative of a reversal for sure. So, if it's flagging, it's kind of in this way. That's like a hot, So let's see what we get off here. Of this support, we're gonna get some support off here, push back up in here. This is the 21 period moving average. Could be a bounce off here, but when I see it steep like that, still a higher low. This would be, this was probably the higher low. So we've kind of broken that. Let's see if we get a retest. Retest up here. funny, you know, your how you feel when you're down here and you're cutting your profit compared to when you're up here. This is fun. You're like, yeah, let's go. We're going. We're gonna get all the way to my take profit. Hell yeah. Start dropping. You're like, oh no, oh no. I'm losing my gains. I'm losing my gains. So we broke this. We broke that. I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. I'm waiting for a bounce, uh, which is possibly foolish. But usually you'll get some kind of relief rally. Come back up and test this area. Um, I'm gonna just take it. Fuck it. Okay. Let's see what happens now. A good trade. Not perfect, but good. Probably gonna bounce off here and go to the moon. I mean, that's another play. I could take a small. I'm not gonna do a big one on that, but a small buy off this 382. And this moving average of 50. Ooh. This is another play. So come back and retest the moving average. We saw that on the other side, selling the retest the moving average. I just went in small size, very small. Might clean this up a bit. This is what I call a spread because price was here, but I bought there. So the question is this a buyer's market? You know, this was steep and that I don't like. This could have been support that's become resistance. You know, I bought the low side of it, trying to buying off the 50 play. The good thing to always know is where are you going to call it a loser. I think below the 50, I'll cut it. Because this could be just the beginning of some sideways or who knows, right? That's something to think of. You feel like, oh, it goes down hard, it's going to go up hard. Sometimes it just wants to go sideways. It could come like this. It's really not up to me. It's up to the market. It is up to some people, though, people with power and money, but not us little guys. So we try to anticipate their moves and follow suit. Remember, in the hourly, we're in the demand zone, so That's a case for the bulls. Strong case for the bulls. Why did I take a small size here? I don't want to push it. I had a good trade. I'm more experimenting with this move off the 50 in line with the trend, you know. So we had off 50 here, off the 50. This could be off the 50. My real big play is the one we just did. Yeah, I should have closed it there. Or maybe I should have kept it open. You know, I sold down here. That's the hard thing, is holding those drawdowns if your play is still in play. I wanted to lock in some profits. I'm not going to lie. I needed that. Psychologically, I needed to cover other losses. Silly plays. But here we are. We're doing fine. This was that's a steep retracement. You know, wasn't cutting through like that always makes me a little nervous. If it goes sideways to meet the 50, I'm feeling a little more confident. Here we are again at this this zone. You know, this was resistance broken, but fell through. See what happens here. You know, this could be the lower high of a downtrend now. Here's our lower low, lower high. You know, I'm just going to take it. Fuck it. I'm feeling good. I'm going to call it a day. Up $90. Fucking. It's just great that I played my play and won. You know, I'll take out the win part. Just great that I played my play. Played my play. Okay, we'll see where we're at tomorrow.